So, quoting you, ma'am, if you can clarify our viewers regarding this, and I specifically quote that you have said that I won't pay for the fake beneficiaries in Bengal. Also, you have accused state government of cheating taxpayers and said that "baap ka paisa hai kya ki aise dunga." What is this language, ma'am?
Why not? What language do you want me to speak? The Sandesh Kali language? Tell me. Haha. Is it my father's money is perfectly acceptable at a Bengal where violence, political violence is the language you speak? I don't do political violence. I'm sorry, I don't know with what intention you're asking me to answer these kind of questions. It is the truth that nearly 25 lakh fake bills were given. Whose money is there in the Consolidated Fund of India? Taxpayers' money, your taxpayers' money, so his money. That's what is there. And it is that money that I have to carefully spend. It's not my parents' money. I repeat. What kind of language? What's the objection you have in that language? Is that my father's money? I still ask you. Even if it's my father's money, money is Mahalakshmi. I have to treat it with respect. Taxpayers' money, even more. When fake bills come out of the state, and it has been pointed out by the CAG, after that you expect me to honor it? I'm sorry. You have to sit up and think of what you're up to it. What are you up to? Are you defending a government which is continuously doing wrong things, and you want to, just because Modi and Modi's ministers are available to answer, you want to ask us questions? Please do ask and see if you're able to get an answer. You will be hounded. I know what happens in Bengal.
Sandesh Kali, you have heard of Sandesh Kali?
Of course I've heard. Who didn't hear of it? And 55 days when this man was given protection by the ruling party. 55 days. He wasn't even arrested.
But Mamta ma'am is saying that the entire thing has been framed. It's a conspiracy, deep conspiracy by the BJP to malign Bengal, to malign Trinamool Congress.
Every time it hits her honor. It hits at her poor administration. She falls back on victim shaming. She falls back on, oh, it's Bengal's honor. Bengal is a respected state from the time of Gopalakrishna Gokhale. People always respected Bengal because, as Gopalakrishna Gokhale said, what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. All of us have that respect. All of us do very strongly believe Bengal set the cultural agenda for this country. Vande Mataram, the moment you utter that, it's Bengal which goes through your blood. Jana Gana Mana was written, the national anthem is written by a Bengali who incidentally also wrote it for Bangladesh. We have immense respect for Bengal. But for your maladministration, for all the wrongdoings, when you can't give an answer, don't invoke Bengal's honor. Bengal's honor is intact. Respect for Bengalis is intact. Respect for Bengali as a language is intact.
But what about the jobs, ma'am?
Very well. I'm answering you on the question of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee saying all this is a conspiracy. I'm sorry. Wasn't there 2 horrific incidents of rape in Kolkata? When the victim was told, it's your fault. Also, there was another incident, again, probably Kolkata, where the victim was told that it's because of you that this happened to you.
It's a negotiation jhamela between customer and...
Yes. So repeatedly the easy excuse which Honorable Chief Minister Bengal has resorted to, she herself being a lady, which is very hurting if you think about it. For her not to stand up for the cause of those affected women, but put the responsibility on others, instead of getting her administration do the right thing for the women. They are Bengali women as well.
Ma'am, what's the solution? Because we also deserve an IT hub like Bangalore. We also deserve a huge technical...
You know what
like
Bengal's contribution was, because you're so talking of IT hub, I want this, I want that.
Yeah,
At the
we
time
love
of-
to stay in our state.
Yes, I appreciate that. 1947, Bengal's contribution towards manufacturing in India was nearly 24% of our total contribution. What is it today? Not even 2.9%, less than 3%. So, in the last literally 25 years, it has seen a downfall which is unbelievable. Industry leaders are leaving the state because of the lawlessness. If anything, TMC, if you ask me, stands for Tolabazi. M is merely because you're constantly harassing people and rent seeking. And C is your corruption. So what is the way out is the question you're asking. Bengal
मुक्ति का
citizens,
उपाय क्या है?
you have to see how you can bring the administration to answer and choose your leaders wisely.
What about the jobs, ma'am? Repeatedly.
You can ask me on the jobs. I'll repeatedly say.
Throughout India.
I'm asking you, giving you throughout the country. Yesterday, you had the periodic labor force survey from NSSO, which came out, which showed how, in most of the country, particularly for women labor participation, the numbers have improved. Unemployment has come down. Is the data which they have very clearly put before us. I'm asking another question. Industry needs to come here. Investments need to happen for jobs to be created. Take the recent example. Bengal is known for industries. Once upon a time, it was a champion. Last 20 years, I'm telling you, it's come down. All right, 24% contribution, 1947, has come down to less than 3%. All right. Even a state like Assam, and why do I say even? Because of the remoteness, northeast, they are cut off. Now the communications are improving and all that. They could, Assam could. I'm not doing a one-on-one comparison, but just the spirit of it. Whoever would have thought that a chip semiconductor manufacturing unit would go to Assam, crossing over Bengal and go there.
That too by Tata, which have been thrown out from Bengal.
And which is a domestic investor, not a foreign investor. Why would Assam be an attractive option? Normally, you tend to think Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, the states which repeatedly get all these industries. And you need an ecosystem, you say, when you're talking of high frontier end industries. If a chip manufacturer thought Assam is good enough, and they've gone with a big investment there, I would have thought even that kind of rigor with which and the proactiveness with which, if Bengal had approached industries to come and set up something here, jobs would automatically come.
Ma'am, we're talking about Bengal, but back to Modi economics, which is being talked about. Is it a success story or is it actually going to fail? Because lots of experts, I'm not going to quote them, they are saying, and you know a lot of them, saying openly that if Modi comes to power again, we are going to see a big depression. If Modi comes to power again, we are going to see, what we are seeing is an inflated growth by some investors to show the world that it's a prosperous condition right now. If you can explain that, ma'am.
India is the fastest growing economy, comparable size wala economy, if you keep them all together. India's fastest growing. And that despite COVID, just despite the two wars which are going on, despite what the global disruptions in terms of trade is happening. Is that possible if the economy was not really up to it? I want to ask, because you're quoting all these observers, economists, all of whom said this, I want to ask of you. When these economists, the ones who told us during COVID, print notes, print as much as you want, but print money.
Yes.
If we had done that and not gone through the advice of Prime Minister Modi to target giving benefits, this revival would have happened? Or, like many of the Western economies which printed notes, today our fiscal deficit would have been mounting. Revival wouldn't have happened. Growth wouldn't have been achieved. And repeatedly to think that, because of this much of growth, but where is the jobs? Jobs are happening. But equally, I want you to tell me, would the renewable sector, energy, solar power, setting up huge parks, would that happen without people working? Real estate and builders have sold all their inventory. There are no more flats ready for accommodation. They have to be pre-booked. Are there no construction workers working in these places? Like never before, startups have done very well. There are more than 80,000 startups officially registered, and it is expected that you'll see another 80,000 or a lakh more startups. Do you think startups have only one person each? They don't have more than one? Are people not employed in that? Among the startups, more than 100 have become, what do they say? Decocron. A few of them have become decocrons, some of them have become $1 billion valuation. Are these companies without anybody working for them? If that is the scene there, renewable energy, construction, startups, what about the smaller businesses? PM Swanidhi Yojana for ready pottery, Mudra Yojana for small people. People who take loans today are enhancing the loan capacity because business is thriving. Are they not employing anybody?
So you're saying that...
So the data which is being collected is still not comprehensive for any one of us. I'm glad that the NSSO brings out periodic labor force survey, which throughout the year gives you the urban figures, and once in the year gives you urban and rural as well. Even they are showing good numbers. Government alone gave 10 lakh people in the last 1 year, between 22 to 23, jobs, and PM handed the letter of appointments to them. Are they not jobs created?